On today's show, we have a look into a UNLV club that is hitting the streets. We also interview one of the biggest names in women's sports.
All that and more coming up on Studio G.
Welcome to Studio G. My name is Renneca Mabalo.
And I'm Jacob Teller. Thank you for joining us on our last show of the semester.
Today is Revenge of the Fifth, the second day in a long series of celebrations for Star Wars. Yesterday, the trailer for the new Disney Plus series Obi-Wan Kenobi came out and blew fans' minds. The first 2 episodes are expected to premiere on May 27th. Next Saturday is May 14th, which is George Lucas's birthday.
Also on May 14th, the UNLV 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony will be held at the Thomas & Mack starting at 9 a.m. The Colleges of Fine Arts, Health Sciences, Liberal Arts, Nursing, Public Health, and Urban Affairs will have their ceremony.
And the Colleges of Business, Education, Engineering, Hospitality, and Sciences will begin their ceremony at 2 p.m. For more information about the ceremonies, visit unlv.edu/events.
Coming up after the break, Lake Caldejon gives us a look into this weekend's weather.
Since the moment you were born, I've made 1,000 wishes. Wishes for your future. In a world that's changing fast. For all of the things you may one day do. Do play and laugh. Do win and lose. Do learn from your mistakes. And challenge yourself to grow. Do not be afraid. Or make decisions based in fear. Do it all with confidence and with kindness and strength. Do call your mom and ask her for advice. And always do your best to remember that no matter what you do in this life, what matters to me is that you keep doing. And love you always, Mom.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the weather. I'm Lake Caldejon, and I'll be your host for the day. All right, right now, today's weather, we have a high of 95 degrees with that wind speed of 7 miles per hour. It's going to be very hot, so you're probably going to want to bring out the sunscreen, get that UV protection going. All right, and then for the valley temperatures, here we have Summerlin at 78, while most of the Vegas Valley is gonna be in the 80 degrees in the lower 80s, with Sunrise and Boulder City having that high 96 and 93 degrees as of current temperatures. And for our weather headlines, it's going to be mostly sunny with high temperatures and light breezes. So even though it's going to be hot, it's still going to be a little bit cool out, which is a good combo. All right, and then for our evening planner, starting at 3 p.m., we're going to be at 92, and it's just going to get slightly warmer around 6 p.m. And then around 9 p.m., it's going to drop down to 86, and by midnight, it's going to hit down to 79. Overall, a really good weather pattern. And then for tomorrow morning, we are going to have a sunrise temperature of 67 degrees, and that sunrise is going to be at 5:43 a.m. So as you can see, it's going to be a really good temperature. If you like to exercise in the morning, it's going to be great. And then finally, for our 7-day forecast, here we are starting Thursday and Friday from the 95 to the upper 90s all the way through Saturday. But as Sunday approaches for the next upcoming week, it's going to go down to 85 and down to that average of 76 for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then for those lows, this Thursday is going to start from 67. Friday is going to go up to that 73, and it's going to slowly start going back down to the 50 degrees for next week. And coming up after the break, we take an exclusive look into the Lady Rebels and their success this season. Stay tuned.
Lindy La Rocque has taken the Mountain West by storm. However, her Vegas legacy goes back to her high school days. I have more on her basketball journey.
I think I started playing basketball, honestly, at an age probably too young to know what I was doing.
Coach Lindy La Rocque's basketball journey started at a young age. Before coaching the Lady Rebels to an NCAA tournament appearance and a Mountain West Conference championship, Lindy began her local basketball legacy at Durango High School, where she set school and Nevada State records in categories such as scoring and three-point shooting. Lindy played hard for every minute on the court at Durango, and she enjoyed every bit of the experience.
I was really familiar with Durango High School. Again, my father had taught and been the coach there on the boys' side for a number of years, so I kind of grew up in the campus and around the team. My own personal high school experience was awesome. I was able to make varsity as a freshman and play with my older sister, who was a year older, so it was great to play with her and have some great teammates. You know, basketball in the Valley was really, really competitive then, like it is now, and so you know, we weren't the star-studded team, but, you know, I had a great experience, had great teammates, was able to, you know, score some points and win some games. And, you know, overall, it was really, you know, fruitful and positive.
During Lindy's senior year, she averaged 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists with a 4.7 GPA. This dominating play and these amazing grades helped her get a full-ride scholarship to Stanford University, where she played all 4 years for the Cardinals. Lindy was fortunate enough to play in a lot of meaningful NCAA tournament games and learn from one of the greatest NCAA women's coaches of all time, Coach Tara Vanderveer.
Overall, my experience was awesome. You know, basketball-wise, I had great teammates, you know, sisters that, you know, for life that I still am best friends with. We won a lot of games, which, you know, really helps. We had a great staff and arguably the best coach in basketball history in Tara Vanderveer, so being able to learn and be coached by her.
Coach La Rocque goes into detail on what she really learned from Coach Vanderveer.
Could probably, you know, talk for hours on what I've learned from her in different settings. She's just unlike anything or anyone else from a basketball standpoint. She's just a savant. She studies the game more than anyone I've ever been around, watching film, talking with others, sharing ideas. You know, she just continuously tries to learn and be better herself. So as a player, I felt that. I knew that we would be really prepared, that she was going to work as hard as she can for us. So then in turn it motivated us to work as hard as we can for her. And then being able to, you know, coach under her was a totally different lens and perspective. And you really got to see the behind the scenes, and, you know, what I knew and assumed as a player was all real and true. You know, kind of the same things of being prepared and learning and, you know, taking an interest in me and my development as a young coach and investing in me and helping, you know, in every way that she could. You know, she's really impacted my life in a lot of different ways.
Lindy has used all the knowledge she acquired from Coach Vanderveer to lead the Lady Rebels to a 41-16 record through her first 2 seasons at UNLV. Her style of coaching has influenced the team and brought a winning culture to the Lady Rebel locker room. Mountain West Player of the Year, Desiree Young, was full of praise for her coach.
It's because I just feel like we're all so young, and she's young as a coach too, and it's just like, she's really only like 10 years older than all of us, so it's just like we're all, you know, just a big sisterhood, but she's like our real big sister, like a mom figure to us, so just being able to talk to her every day about anything, you know, what we're having in life, what's going on, you know, she just understands all of that, and she's really focused on us, you know, also basketball, but also school, and also bettering our lives after basketball.
Young also admitted that there are times her and her teammates are in awe of Lindy and her basketball career.
Yes, of course, it always makes a difference because it's like we have like glory and history standing, you know, right by us, and it's like Stanford's won many national championships, and for her to be here and just coaching us and pushing us to be, you know, like Stanford or be like one of those big top schools, it's really amazing.
After all, it is no surprise that the ladies are in awe of Coach La Rocque. Her instant impact on the program is enough to make heads turn. In just 2 seasons, La Rocque and her squad made an NCAA tournament appearance and won a Mountain West Conference championship. Both La Rocque and Young are happy with the results so far, but they know this is just the beginning of an era.
And that was one of my goals I set for myself, was just trying to get me and my team just past Mountain West, just pass the Mountain West tournament, because last year we lost first round and it really took a huge toll on me, and I was just like, I'm coming back hungrier. I'm going to be in the gym every day. I'm going to go play pickleball every single day, no matter who it is. And as a team, I just felt like we had our ups and downs, especially as girls, we're always going through something. So, but I feel like at the end of the day, we all came together and we just all made it work, because we knew that's what we needed to do in order to make it past the Mountain West tournament.
We're really proud of what we've been able to do in the first 2 years, and I think we don't kind of totally rest on that, because if anything, I think we all believe that we're just scratching the surface of what we can really do here at UNLV, and we've shown that we can do it, and so now our job is to do it consistently and to continue to raise the level and raise the standard and expectation, because we have a great school, an incredible city, a great community that's really showing their support for us.
The future is bright for the Lady Rebels program, especially now that Coach La Rocque is under contract through the 2026-27 season. Be on the lookout for Coach La Rocque and the Lady Rebels to be in future NCAA tournaments. When we come back, I will have an update on sports in the Las Vegas Valley. Stay tuned.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
In today's sports recap, we have everything from Golden Knights hockey to Aces basketball and UNLV softball. The Vegas Golden Knights missed the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. The Golden Knights lost 4 out of their last 6 games, and this eliminated them from playoff contention. The Knights suffered a lot of injuries to key players, and even though the team did not want to use this as an excuse, they acknowledged they made a big impact.
We got to camp, we were never at full health. And as it happened in camp, it wasn't alarming. That can happen from time to time. We missed players during the preseason that weren't able to play the preseason games. We had players hurt in Salt Lake City in a preseason game against LA. Game 2 of the season, we had the injuries to Pacioretty and Stone, and really just the dominoes continued to fall. So you're tired of hearing it today. I'm tired of talking about it for as much as we have, but clearly it's the overarching issue that dominated our season.
The Las Vegas Aces recently started their next quest to a championship. Becky Hammond has spent the offseason trying to transform the Aces offense. She has tried to implement a more West Coast run and gun style to the team. This has seen superstar Asia Wilson play some preseason minutes at the center position to better space the floor. From the hardwood to the diamond, the UNLV Hustlin' Rebels beat Cal Baptist 7-4 Tuesday night. The Rebels will look to carry this momentum to the Las Vegas ballpark, where they host the University of Hawaii this weekend. The softball Rebels swept New Mexico this past weekend, and they will look to keep up the great form against Colorado State University. The Rebels play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This will be the final home series of the season. UNLV softball currently sits at 35-11, which is good enough for second place in the Mountain West Conference. That is it for the last sports recap of the semester. Food and sports go great together, and our reporter Molly Peters takes us to the reopened Palms Resort and Casino for Studio G's final restaurant review.
The Palms Resort and Casino is officially back open for business after 2 very long years. The casino reopened Wednesday the 27th with its most popular restaurant, Michael Simon's Mabel's Barbecue, opening a day later on the 28th. Now owned by the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, the Palms has been closed since the state of Nevada prompted a shutdown in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic. You wouldn't know that walking into the casino, though. On a Thursday at 5:45, there were already quite a few people arriving and starting their night. I decided to head over to Mabel's Barbecue instead. One of my favorite restaurants in Las Vegas, Mabel's serves a traditional Southern barbecue with a global influence. Their menu is jam-packed with various different meats, ranging from crispy pig ears to the more traditional brisket or pulled pork options. They offer classic sides as well. I started off the night with a side of cheddar bacon cornbread served with a side of butter. It was delicious, and the bacon added a nice smoky flavor. For the main meal, I chose the loaded nachos, topped with brisket, cheese sauce, and scallions. My cousin ordered the pregame combo, which came with pickles, a side of cornbread, pulled pork, and brisket. She also paid for a slide of the shells and cheese. We then finished it off with their warm banana bread pudding dessert. Topped with a scoop of creamy ice cream, this dessert ranks as one of the best treats I've ever had. Afterward, I decided to head back into the casino and explore for a bit. The Palms offers a variety of spots to hang out at, including a decent food court, the notorious Pearl Concert Theater, and a 13-foot tiger shark suspended in formaldehyde within a steel tank above a bar. It's split into 3 pieces and is an art piece created by artist Damien Hirst. It's one of the many art pieces the Palms has on display. For Studio G News, I'm Molly Peters.
Reservations for Mabel's Barbecue can be made on opentable.com, and reservations for the Palms Resort can be made at palms.com. Now tossing it to Bree for a Met Gala fashion review.
Thanks, Nick. The 2022 Met Gala was recently held on May 2nd at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, with attendees giving their take on the In America, a lexicon of fashion theme as a part 2 of the dress code Gilded Glamour. Its intentions were to give homage to American fashion from the late 1800s to early 1900s, when industrialization had just started to take off in New York, as well as the wealth disparity. Different interpretations and opinions were shared all over social media on whether the theme was followed or not. And one of the biggest stars of the night, of course, was Miss Blake Lively, a Met co-host who, wearing Versace, paid tribute to New York City's Gilded Age architecture, the Statue of Liberty. Kim Kardashian came out in Marilyn Monroe's $4.8 million dress worn during her famous Happy Birthday, Mr. President serenade. The Kardashian star had to lose 16 pounds to fit into the dress. And all Kardashian sisters were invited for the first time this year. Sister Kylie wore a white bridal gown along with an off-white mesh tee and a backwards baseball cap, with a bridal cage veil. She took to Instagram to honor late designer Virgil Abloh. "I'm humbled to wear this dress and honor my talented, beautiful friend. We felt you tonight, Virgil, and forever love you." Alicia Keys came out wearing a sparkly silver Ralph Lauren gown and a sweeping cape featuring the Manhattan skyline covered in crystals. Billie Eilish was dressed in Gucci in a beautiful mint and cream satin corset paired with long lace sleeves and a padded bustle made from completely existing materials. Famous reggaeton singer Bad Bunny wore a tan Burberry trench dress with balloon sleeves. Cardi B was draped in a stunning gold Versace chain gown, and Megan Thee Stallion, also in gold, wore feathers in an elegant Moschino gown. Lizzo, along with her flute, displayed a hand-embroidered gold and black coat with a black curved hugging gown from Thom Browne. Kid Cudi also stood out wearing a royal blue Kenzo tuxedo paired along with a matching cape from Nigo. And while the list goes on, we missed anticipated appearances by famous Met attendees Rihanna and Zendaya. Looks like we'll have to wait until next year to see what they have in store, alongside with a new theme.
And as we wrap up our final episode of Studio G, we would like to give a special shout out to our graduating seniors, Anna Meza, Barry Sabi, Jonathan Corral, Kyra White, my co-host Jacob Teller.
And Matthew Gwanga, Molly Peters, Nikolas Todorovich, Q Jones, and my co-host Renneca Mabalo. And our producer Yavni Goli. Congratulations to all, and thank you for all your hard work this semester.
We would also like to give a huge thank you to our professor Dr. Larson and RT, Richard, and Jennifer Ream for their help this semester.
Thank you for watching. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Ren. This is Studio G.